Dozens of residents from different East Bay cities wait in line outside the DMV office while others wait for their number to be called in Walnut Creek, Calif, on Friday, June 29, 2018. Most of them, who didn't have appointment, spent about 4 hours and have to exit the office on that day. Ray Chavez, Bay Area News Group, under increased pressure by outraged Californians to reduce waits of 8 hours or more at some DMV offices, the besieged agency is sending in more reinforcements even as it's asking the state for more funding to solve the growing crisis. The DMV announced Tuesday that it will assign 240 employees from state headquarters and other agencies and departments to combat rising wait times at field offices. This comes after it has hired 500 new employees, but unbearable lines have been the norm for several months since applications for the federal compliant Real ID driver license or identification card have been implemented. Sacramento lawmakers have gotten the message, and at a hearing Tuesday evening, Assemblyman Phil Ting and his colleagues held DMV officials' feet to the fire about lines that snake around the block at many branches. "I was shocked," the San Francisco Democrat told the Sacramento Bee after he recently visited a crowded DMV office in his district. "What we've been hearing are horrific wait times of 6 or 7 hours. That's unacceptable." Ad choice advertising and red invented by teens under sometimes intense questioning by lawmakers who are speaking on behalf of angry constituents. DMV Director Jean Shiomoto agreed that the long wait times in recent months have been unacceptable. She told lawmakers wait times spiked several months ago as Californians started to update their licenses to meet new federal security standards known as Real ID. The agency underestimated how long it would take to explain the new requirements to customers and ensure they have necessary documents, Shiomoto said. And she asked lawmakers for additional funding to hire more employees, possibly as much as $26 million on top of the millions in additional funding the agency has already been granted. Several of the panel members were visibly frustrated by what they saw as Shiomoto's failure to grasp the scope of the problem and appreciate the anger that many Californians are now feeling toward her agency. In recent weeks, the DMV has become perhaps the most despised public agency in the Golden State. Lawmakers have given the department millions of dollars in additional funding to accommodate higher demand caused by the Real ID upgrade, but the lines don't seem to be getting any shorter. Each of the lawmakers who spoke on Tuesday offered up their own DMV horror stories while Shiomoto quietly listened. For his part, Assemblyman Philip Chen is requesting an audit of the department and how it is handling the Real ID changes. He told the Bee that the biggest complaint he gets about the DMV from his constituents is the long lines. "We want to make sure we're not putting money into a broken system," the Diamond Bar Republican told the paper. After Tuesday's hearing, the Joint Legislative Audit Committee will consider Chen's audit request Wednesday. To ease the long wait times, the DMV is staffing 60 offices on Saturdays and extending morning hours at 14 offices. "We want to do better and we will do better," Shiomoto said. "Our customers deserve it." With the beefed-up staffing announced this week, the DMV says it's trying to ensure customers have the required documents to complete their transaction and get a service number faster. They are also assisting customers with filling out the electronic driver license and ID card applications, the DMV said in a news release. And motorists who provide their cell phone number when they check in can receive a text message shortly before their service number is called so they do not have to wait inside an office. This service could be ready in 2 weeks. Shiomoto said this approach should help triage the longer lines at our offices. The move comes as state legislators this week begin holding hearings and undertake an audit of the DMV. The DMV is also testing self-check-in kiosks. Those with appointments can bypass the "Start Here" window and use a kiosk to instantly receive their service number. This option is being tested at the San Jose Driver License Processing Center. This month, the DMV will add self-service vehicle registration renewal kiosks to 10 additional field offices. Later this year, the department will expand to 50 additional grocery store locations, bringing the statewide total of DMV Now self-service terminals to 160. Start your day with the news you need from the Bay Area and beyond. Sign up for our Morning Report weekday newsletter. Despite the DMV's initial increases in service, customers have continued to complain about the waits. Sheila Kahak, of Fremont, needs to renew her license next month but couldn't find an appointment opening anywhere in the Bay Area before October. She finally found one in Stockton on the Friday before Labor Day weekend. "Who would want to drive to Stockton under those circumstances?" she said. Instead, she went to Bishop and finally found help. "Because I had all my documents in a row, I walked in at 8, got a new photo, took a vision test, made a thumbprint, and walked out at 8:20 a.m., she said. "Of course, I had to drive 300 miles to make it possible. I speak for the rest of humanity. I'd rather have oral surgery without anesthetic than have business at the DMV." The Associated Press also contributed to this story. Sponsored content. Forget your 401k if you own a home. Do This by Americans could save thousands by taking advantage of this government program. You might also like Malaysian Minister Syed Sadiq faces online outcry. Straits Times. China, waterfall, skyscraper hit by torrent of ridicule. Business Times. This is Singapore's most affordable car in 2017. But MoneySmart finally. Financial planning. Your life, your way. Finally, should Singaporean car buyers really wait for MoneySmart? This is the last VPN you are going to need, and it's on. Enjoy. Compare Mendocino Complex Fire Map, now bigger than Car Fire. MercuryNews.com. Our endorsements for California's November 2018. MercuryNews.com. Sunnyvale to consider freezing minimum wage to $15 per. MercuryNews.com. Car Fire Map. Evacuations lifted in Reading. Howard Stern character died of heroin overdose. TMZ says Johor ruler seeking treatment in Singapore visits Malaysia home. Straits Times. Is it better to lease or buy a car in Singapore? MoneySmart must attend SG's largest wealth convention of 2018 at MBS. Join health.wealthconventions.com. Bill Cosby's daughter dies a month before his new trial starts. East Bay man who posted drugs, guns for sale on Instagram sentenced to federal prison. Police car involved in accident with prime mover along ECP. Straits Times. renewing Yorko after 10 years. Should you even bother? MoneySmart. Celebrate National Day with $53 for 2 tickets to Adventure Cove Resorts World Sentosa. Angelina Jolie's reported new boyfriend is not what you'd expect from Angelina Jolie. Apple to lawmakers. Siri doesn't listen until prompted.